Dun 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 da 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 da. Guess who went to a wedding yesterday and got three beautiful bouquets of beautiful wedding flowers? You all know that flowers are my favorite. I just love flowers so much. They make me so happy. But yes, yesterday I attended a wedding of a beautiful woman named Sparkle and her husband, Mr. Raymond Bell, and it was such an inspiration of love and hope and stability. They had the wedding in their home, and I was able to witness that beautiful, momentous occasion. Today, I want to talk to you about my Speakers on the Rise Academy, and I want to talk to you about following through with your ideas. An issue that I had for many, many years was that I could not commit. I could not follow through. Let me fix my camera really quickly, my laptop camera. But I had issues following through. That means I would start something and I would not finish it. I would start something and I would quit. I would start something, I would lose interest. I would start something and I would just put it on the back burner or throw it to the wayside. However, once I became a mom, that's really when things started to turn around for me. And I realized that I didn't want to set an example of starting things and not finishing them with my son. Since then, I've finished many things, but the most obvious things that I've finished are my degrees. I'm working on my third degree right now, my executive MBA at Prairie View A&M University. And through completing those several degrees, I was able to gain so many priceless experiences. In undergrad, I was able to visit Ghana, West Africa, and I studied abroad for 3 weeks in Ghana. Would not have been able to get that experience had I not followed through with my undergrad degree. I was able to meet with so many people and network and have these amazing and phenomenal and dynamic experiences that have shaped me into this beautiful person that I am today, all by following through. All that to say, I'm learning how to sit back and do some nothing and let the ideas come to me. At times it's very difficult because I'm used to being a busybody. I'm used to moving around. I sometimes equate productivity to success. I sometimes equate being busy and not being still and moving around to doing something with my life. However, in those moments, I miss a lot of great ideas. A lot of my great ideas come when I'm just sitting down doing nothing. And it'll be like, oh my goodness, that's a great idea. That's the whole reason why I started my notary company. I started my notary business in, what was it, May, I believe? Because I was sitting on my computer, literally doing nothing, was not in business mode, was not in speaker mode. I think I had a glass of wine and I was literally watching something on YouTube that had nothing to do with being a notary. I mean, becoming a notary had never even crossed my mind. It was never, ever, ever something that I wanted to do ever in my life. However, in that quiet time and in that time where I was just really just being present in the moment and not really thinking about too many things, something just said, you should become a notary. But not only did I heard it, but not only did I listen to it, but I followed through. I acted upon it because I know that, well, for one, I have family members, my brother and my sister, who are in real estate. And oftentimes, people who work in the real estate industry, they need notaries. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe that could be something to help them out. And it's just another skill that I can have to potentially earn some additional income, some additional revenue. I don't want to be a full-time notary. I don't want to be a notary for the rest of my life. Clearly, I love the motivational speaking and everything. That's what I definitely want to continue doing for the rest of my life. But in those quiet moments We get these wonderful ideas and sometimes they just disappear. A lot of times I get really great ideas in the shower. And I saw on MTV Cribs, dating myself, but MTV Cribs, way back in the day, that Andre 3000 actually had a microphone in his shower. Because sometimes when you're relaxed and the sound of the water is all you hear, and you're feeling the water trickle down your body, and you're in this relaxed state, you are more open to hearing from source, and that's what I call it, because I'm not going religious at all. So you hear from source, or you get that creative idea, or those ideas start to flow because your mind is not cluttered with work, kids, school, finances, anything else that's going on in your life. What you need to do tomorrow? What's on the calendar? Did you miss a meeting? Did you not? You're not cluttered. You're not overthinking, and you don't have a lot going on in your mind. So it's kind of a way to clear your mind, to open that space, and to start to take the gunk out of the funnel between you and your creative source. And so we get these wonderful, amazing ideas, and either we don't write them down or we forget about them. And for many of us, those were $1 million ideas, whether it was a song, whether it was a new business, whether it was an apology to your friend that you haven't spoken to in 5 years. We get these amazing ideas and then we just let them go. Speakers on the Rise was an idea that I had because I was inspired by my sister and her husband. They started to train people to become real estate investors. And a lot of grown-ups asked me to coach them. A lot of adults would like to be coached, but not a lot of adults are coachable. Okay? Yeah. Not a lot of y'all are coachable. It's not easy to work with a lot of y'all because 1, you think you know everything. 2, you read a book about it, or you read a blog about it, or you gave 2 or 3 speeches, so you think you're the world champion. And that's not fun. If you're not going to allow me to teach you, and you're going to try to challenge my authority, and you're going to try to challenge the things that I'm saying to you, or you're just not going to put the work in because you don't see immediate results, that doesn't inspire me or motivate me to want to work with a lot of grown-ups. But with children, their minds are just like flowers. They just want to be nurtured. They want to learn. They have a passion for knowledge, and it's not combative. It's not combative. They are so open to learning new things and to listening, and to be able to give this amazing skill to young people. That fulfills me. That satiates my soul, and it makes me feel overjoyed that these young people are getting these skills that they may or may not understand the significance of it, but public speaking is still the number 1 fear in the world. Glossophobia is still the number 1 fear in the world. And for these young people to be in my class and to be with me for 5 weeks, it just touches me because they've learned so much, and to see them grow, it amazes me every single time. But that was an idea that came from some inspiration, and then I decided to take action, and then I decided to start really enrolling students, and then I decided to really start teaching kids public speaking. And it's not difficult, and it's not hard. The hardest part was actually following through, and the hardest part was the internal battle. And we battle with ourselves. Am I good enough to teach these kids? Can I really run a whole online public speaking academy? Can I do this? My answer to myself was yes, of course, but you actually have to start it. You actually have to do it. You have to take that first move. You have to take a deep breath, hope for the best, and just jump in. So whatever those ideas are that you have, write them down and take action. I'm not saying if you have 52 ideas, you should take action on all 52 of them. I'm saying that if you get maybe 1 or 2 ideas that you think about often, and it's this burning desire for you to start, and it nags at you, and you think about it, and it's in the back of your mind, and you're getting constant reminders from your friends or your family, or just random signs that point you back to those ideas, Just start in the smallest way. In the smallest way. Just make a video or create a flyer on Canva. They're free. Or create some type of email list or create a blog. Do something to start rolling, getting the ball rolling on these ideas. Because the great ideas that we have, the good ones that are going to be for the greater good of humanity and people as a whole who have whatever specific need that you're going to be fulfilling, those ideas are really going to change the world, and they're really needed. I know as a notary, some of the people who I've helped notarize things, they were personal documents that they didn't want anybody else to see. And they said, "Oh, aren't you a notary?" Absolutely. Can you notarize this document for me? It's kind of personal. I don't want anybody to see it. Absolutely. Or I had an elderly client who she couldn't really get around that much, and she needed somebody to come to her home, and she just didn't know what else to do. And so I don't know how she found my number, but she found my number. She called me, and it just so happens that she lived right around the corner from me. And I know that my notary business is helping people not only to make it more convenient for them because it's a mobile notary company, but I'm personable, I'm kind, and everything is in alignment with that. And even with the Speakers on the Rise program, these young people are learning from the world champion of public speaking. It doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any better than that. I have this amazing title. I have a lot of experience, and what I'm sharing with these young people, they're going to be able to take it on the first day of school because we've done elevator pitches. They're going to be able to take this to a summer camp or a ballet school when they first meet a group of people, and they know how to introduce themselves, and they're confident, and they know how to communicate and organize their ideas. Or when they're asked a question off the cuff, they're not going to be saying, they're going to go right into it and speak for at least 1 minute. With these final projects that we're doing, these 5 to 7 minute speeches, that's going to come in handy all throughout school because we have to give presentations in middle school, in elementary school, in high school, in college, and in the workforce. These ideas that we have to follow through with them. We have to commit to them, and we have to believe in ourselves enough to know that if we were blessed enough to get this idea, then we are capable enough to execute, and that we have the ability to do it. We are equipped. We are well equipped to be able to do whatever it is that this idea entails. Okay? So whatever ideas you have, write them down. Start with baby steps. If you have an idea about something, I'm sorry, I was checking my candle. But if you have an idea about something, I'm not saying you have to, if you have an idea about a talk show, I'm not saying that tomorrow you have to reach out to these big companies and have a talk show by the end of the year. Would that be awesome? Absolutely. I'm just saying take baby steps. Write down your topics. I don't know what happened to my lighting. But write down your topics. Write down the guests that you would like to have. Just start somewhere. Just start somewhere and continue to be consistent and continue to know that you have everything you need within you. Otherwise, the idea would not have come to you. You are good enough. I don't care how educated or uneducated you think you are. I don't care how old or how young you think you are. I don't care how many people you know or you think you don't know, whatever the case may be. If you got this idea, then you can bring it to fruition. Okay? Because if you can think it, then you can do it. But keep it positive. Know that it's a gift. So once you cultivate it, you have to give it away. It's not completely about you. It's about the people who need whatever it is that you have. And the people who need it won't be able to get it if you're sitting on these amazing ideas and you're not birthing them, and you're not sharing them, and you're not following through with them. Okay? Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment if you are still with me on this video. And until next time, I will see you all soon. Bye-bye. And congratulations to all the newlyweds.